Welcome to On the Go, a podcast about life, leadership, and the Lord. Here are your hosts, J.C. Worley and David Waldroup.
Okay, here we are. We brought them back.
Hello.
The world wanted more of the wives, and so you're back again. And
We're out of a job.
Yes, we are. And we've also just
job.
discovered right before filming this episode that Kimberly and Esther do not listen to the On the Go podcast.
Yeah.
So it's great. They don't.
We do,
and we have the
time
to.
to. Yes,
Great.
so we're very busy women.
Maybe we can convince you to listen now that
You
you're
sit
getting
on
to
a throne of lies.
Exactly. So there has never been more wind taken out of my sails than right before, where it's like, yeah. So there's you guys do a podcast. Yeah. You have a podcast.
Wow.
So it's
Wow.
good. But hey, we brought them in. Hey, if you didn't listen to the last week's episode, the first episode of season 4, we talked about relationships, dating, married, and I think it's helpful to you. So go back and listen to that. But today we're going to jump right in. We're going to talk about parenting. And this is something that I'm looking forward to. We'll just share some of our insights and stories. And so let's just break the ice here right away. You guys go first on this one. What's your favorite thing to do with your kids?
I love when we put them to bed.
Yeah, it's great.
Well,
Well, especially the age of your kids. I mean,
Man.
Lakeland. Well, talk about your kids. How old are they, just in case people don't know?
Okay. So we have Lakeland, who's going to be 16 in January, and London, who is 10.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Thinks he's grown, and then London, she's 10, and she thinks she's grown too. So
She's definitely the boss. I always joke with Lake that if he's not careful, London will be the next pastor of Go Church because she's a boss.
she is
She's
the
a
boss
boss.
lady. Yes.
But they're good kids. They really
are.
are. And I think, why don't you tackle what we like to do with them as a family, and then
Okay.
I got a couple.
Okay. Yeah, I think my favorite thing to do is just be with them, right? I mean, I think a lot of moms would say that, like, just give me your undivided attention, So, like, a couple weeks ago, we rented a golf cart in Peachtree City and rode the trails with them, and it was not about phones or distractions. It was just us together,
Which I will say a little hack on that. If you've got a teenager, let the teenager drive
the golf cart.
the golf cart. Lake was super engaged the whole time.
Nice.
And because he was driving, couldn't be on his phone at all.
Yeah.
Even better.
Yeah.
All day.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. It
Yeah.
was core memory for sure.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. So just anything we do, quality time like that is my favorite.
I do love that.
Yeah, I mean, for me, since Lake was little, Georgia football on a Saturday it's God and UGA.
Yeah.
So he and I love it. He's all in, isn't he?
He is. He is.
This last year he did not go to his school's homecoming dance because Georgia played Alabama.
Yeah, it makes
Yeah.
sense.
And he was like, "Nah, man, we got to watch that game." And so,
That's cool.
we've gone to games, but every Saturday, like it's a thing.
Yeah.
It's a thing.
Yeah.
And then for me in London, we've started these little daddy-daughter date nights, and we do the princess dance every year, and so I'm with you. I love when we do things as a family, but I just like you with the kids have
Yeah.
some one-on-one moments. I think when I get older and look back, I'll think about all the football games and all
Yeah.
the dates with London. And
Right.
That's sweet.
we're really blessed, man. Our kids
Yeah.
are awesome.
You got great kids, man. They're
We
a lot
really
of
got
fun to
great
be
kids.
around.
They're a lot of fun.
We do love them. All right, how about you? Someone's
Levi-
phone is ringing. Oh,
No,
no,
that was mine. That was my cup.
Levi what?
Levi's awesome.
He's fun,
Oh,
man.
yeah.
So
He's
awesome.
fun. So he's 2.5 for everyone out there that hasn't seen him. He walks the halls like he owns the place
Yes,
of
he
this
does.
church.
Well, I'll tell you what he does own, and that's my office.
Yes.
Yes, he
Yes,
does.
I
Every
love
day.
it.
Oh,
Demands to
the
go in.
moment we pick him
My
up from Go
office.
Kids is Pastor JC, animal snacks. That's what, because you give him animal crackers every
Yeah.
You
week.
got to bribe him.
Yeah.
I'm not
This is-
above
He
bribing
loves
him for
Pastor
his
JC.
love.
He
Yeah.
does. He sees you and he lights up. And I
love
do
that.
Yeah,
love
I
him.
love
you
you guys.
What is your favorite thing to do with Levi?
I think right now, just because he's so little, just experiencing all the firsts with him and decorating for Christmas was so much fun.
Oh, yeah. This was a good one.
And
2.5, man. Everything. It's so easy to blow his mind.
Yeah.
Yes, he's so helpful, and he gets excited when we try to, get him excited about something. He is just lights up my world whenever we do something new with him. And right now he's really into trains. So we're going to surprise him with a Blue Ridge train ride that's like Christmas themed and has
Yeah.
a
Oh,
Santa.
he's gonna freak out.
and
It'll be like Polar
hot chocolate.
Express.
Yep.
It's literally.
So he
that's
is
so cool.
so excited
When are you doing
about
that? We'll check our calendars.
Yeah, it's in December. I don't know. I think it sells out. I mean, we had to buy it like early October, late September because they
Yeah.
sell out.
We
But
did
yeah, that'll
buy
be a lot
early.
of fun. I'm
So,
looking
yeah.
forward to that. I think I enjoy all that stuff. He's just fun. Right now he's at the age. He saw me play softball because I got called up because we are Austin's alternates. So more about that to be continued. But if you know, you know. So I got called up 2 weeks in a row to play softball. And I said, I'm going to go play baseball with my friends. So he watched me play baseball. Now he wants to play baseball in the yard with me. And it is the best. I mean, like, we play baseball, and it is my favorite. And then just watching TV with him is fun. He used to like watching the Commanders with me, and then last night he was like, Daddy, Paw Patrol, no Commanders. And I was like, okay. And now I don't think I want to watch them anymore either because they are so bad this
Paw
year.
Patrol's better.
So it's been breaking my heart. But yeah, that's a lot of fun. Let's get right into it here. Let's go with some funny stories. What are some of the funniest stories from Lakeland and London that you guys would say have just stuck with you?
Impossible.
I know.
It's impossible.
That is impossible.
Listen, our kids, to me, they're hilarious.
Yeah, they are funny.
Like, and I'll tell you, Lake has always
He's been quick. He's quick-witted.
He
always
is.
been so witty and so quick, and that makes me so proud. But little London has come into her own
Oh,
lately,
yeah.
Yes,
and
yes.
she's
She's a goofball.
hilarious.
Yeah, I never saw that coming. She was so shy.
Yes.
I
and
mean,
quiet.
And then together, like their banter back and forth, it's really hilarious. I will say for me, Lake does amazing impersonations,
Yes.
and they are. I mean, he cracks us up, you know, and it's like across the board.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From Kamala Harris to Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he is hilarious.
Spot on
Yeah.
with it.
You know, and because Kimberly's, dad's side of the family, they're all from Trinidad. He does a great little Caribbean Indian accent.
He does.
Like, man, is he not hilarious?
He's so funny. He gets
is
me
so
every time.
funny.
Yeah.
And then when London was really small, remember when we were laying in bed, because we would always do our prayer time in her bed as a family and all that at night. And we were trying to get her to say "I love you" in the Spanish language.
Yes.
Remember that?
Yes, because we had taught her.
How old
to
do you
say
think
it.
she was?
Oh, like 3. She might have
Like
been
3 years old.
3 or 4.
And so we taught her how to say "I love you" in Spanish. And so I would say, London, now say "I love you" in the Spanish language. And then she would say, "I love you" in the Spanish language. And then we would laugh.
She
and
knew
she was
once
so
we started
little.
laughing.
I was like,
Kept
no,
it going.
Yeah.
Say "I love you" in the Spanish language. She's like, "I love you" in the Spanish language. But
That is
man,
good.
these kids are
They're
funny.
funny.
They're
They are
funny.
funny. Yeah.
It's almost impossible
It's
because it
hard
feels
to
like
pick
every
one.
day.
I know.
You know, I mean, when Lake came in the room that one night and we were in bed and we started laughing at something and he was, I don't know, he's like 6 or 7. We were laughing, and then he wanted to say like I smell like comedy. He was like, we're laughing. He's like, I smell communism. And we were like,
That is awesome.
what?
He
Where
didn't
did that
even
come
know
from?
what
Yeah, where did you even
communism
learn the word
was.
Any
communism?
idea?
Yeah.
These kids are just.
They're funny.
Yeah, they're
funny.
really, really
yeah,
funny.
the other day when I got home, we talked about last week my sinus surgery that I had recently.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I came home it was like a Friday, came home from the hospital, literally 2 weeks to walk up the stairs. So they put me on the couch and I'm laying there. The kids get home from school. My parents picked them up about the same time that I'm home from the hospital. And Lake comes over and he checks on me and he's so sweet. And then he's like, I guess this is a bad time to tell you I need salsa for my Spanish class.
Need some salsa.
I was like,
That's hilarious.
go tell your dad.
They are really, really funny. I wish that we could have written down some of
I
the things
know.
they've
We
done
should
over the
have.
years.
Write it down. Write down what
know.
Levi does because we should have kept
do.
Well,
better
let me tell you,
record.
Levi's vocabulary right now, guys, it's good.
I
He's
love
making me
it.
laugh.
Talking
Really
a lot,
good.
and I feel like it happened overnight.
Yeah.
Yes.
Every day
Started
he's learning.
talking and making full sentences, and I was like,
What
not
is
ready
your-
for it.
What would you say is the funniest thing he's
For
doing?
me, it's definitely so. Here he hears us talk, baby talk,
Yeah.
Mia, our dog, and so we'll be like, Mimi, you're so cute. She's such a little girl. And so now he does that to her.
He'll get in there and he's like squeezing her face.
Yeah, and just like scratching her head. But then he's such a sour patch sometimes. Like, he'll do that and then grab his baseball bat
And just
then,
whack her with
hit
it.
her. And she's so timid. Like, she's such a shy dog.
She is.
And she's just, like, hiding in the
She
corner.
takes the abuse from him.
Yeah, she doesn't leave.
But sometimes, like,
Poor
she
dog, you don't want to walk her.
I know.
He beats her.
She's like the
me
best
up.
dog. She is literally the easiest dog ever.
Yeah.
But he'll walk by and she'll be minding her own business, chewing on her bone, and he'll just see her kick her right in the face. And I'm like, Levi, don't kick the dog, man. And he thinks it's hilarious. And I don't
Yeah.
know. I've never taught him that.
Well, wait till it's a baby brother or sister.
Oh,
Oh,
gosh,
man.
no. That's
Goodness.
unacceptable. I draw
Yes.
the line. One of the things about Levi, and then we'll get into some content here. We'll talk about some advice and experiences, and hopefully it's beneficial to you. But the thing about Levi, and you guys have seen this firsthand, is he loves girls.
He does.
He
I mean,
does.
he loves them. And even we came over to y'all's house this past weekend, and he kissed London right on the mouth.
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
And
he did.
that night when we were putting him down, he was like, Daddy, I kissed London face. And I didn't even tell you guys. He's like, I kissed London face. And he's brought, there's,
cute.
girls in the church, Emma and Elia, and he loves them too, boy.
He does.
Yes.
He brought Emma flowers for her
Oh.
birthday, but he says Elia is his girlfriend. So there's like a whole. It's not even a love triangle. It's like a love quadrilateral, and he
Yeah,
keeps his
yes.
like London, Elia, and Emma, and he just
That is
bounces.
so funny.
So he makes me laugh with how much he loves girls, but
I love it.
he's
I
a
love
sweet
it.
kid, man. This is a fun age.
I love that
Yes.
you guys have been so intentional with teaching him English and Spanish.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
And it's his little voice, his little accent
it
too.
comes out.
Yes.
Man, he is the cutest. And he's
little
got that little
Spanglish.
belly right now.
Oh man, when he
Oh,
eats too much, and he'll rest his hands on it sometimes,
Oh.
and I love that. He'll just kind of walk around with his hand. I can't even do it, but he's got a little pudge.
Guys, I
worry
mean,
about
are we
that.
gonna have more
I
Waldroup?
gotta do
know,
this.
right?
I mean,
The
are we gonna
world
have more
needs more
Waldroups?
Waldroups.
Okay,
Can you
okay.
imagine a girl?
Oh, dude, you're done.
He's
you
over.
have a
It's
little
over.
I
girl.
don't know if I can do that.
Let me tell you,
Guys, I'm
and
terrified.
Yeah, it'll be
I,
different.
I will say there Lake made us parents, and there is something very special about the firstborn. And we got 5 years with just Lake, and then London came along. Her being a girl, there's something about being a girl dad.
Yeah.
Like, and I don't know if it's just because Lake's a boy, and it's like, so he gets, when he got his very first girlfriend, it's like fist bump, like, that's my
no.
guy, and we're going to check that off the list. all right?
Yeah.
But with London, I'm like, no, you will
Never.
We'll never. And she's got this little crush right now. and it's
Unfortunately
so-
for you, my friend,
I know.
she's
she's
going to
be like her
boy
mother.
crazy.
She's going to
Boy
marry
crazy.
young.
Yeah,
She's gonna marry
no.
young.
I tell her all the time, you don't get
She's
to
gonna
do what
marry
I
young.
do.
She's gonna
No.
marry young.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she.
But I will say, I mean, if London can marry someone like her mother married,
Right.
that's different.
She's
Yeah.
set.
I mean,
I
set for
mean,
life. Dream
that's
guy.
different.
Kimberly
I do-
married a dream guy.
I
Dream-
dream.
McDream.
The man of my dreams.
Yeah.
The man.
I do think
A
it's
grown
special
man.
though the father-daughter relationship and the mother-son relationship too, because like
Yeah.
there's so many times when
we do take sides.
we do
We do
take
take sides.
sides, and we'll like with Lake I'm like defending him, and then with London he's defending her, and
Yeah.
sometimes we can't come to a good conclusion
Oh,
because
gosh.
2 against 2.
Here's such a silly. People are gonna think you guys are terrible parents, especially JC. But so a few weeks ago, Kimberly had made the kids mozzarella sticks. Okay, she makes mozzarella sticks. So Lake devours them because he can eat 8
Yeah.
in 2 seconds.
Yeah.
So London's taking her time, and so I think she had a couple left, and she's completely done.
Totally
She's full. She's done. And Lake's like, can I have them? And she's like, she looks at him and she looks at them and she goes, yes, but you're going to owe me.
Ooh, I like
Wow.
it.
And-
I like
and
it.
he's like-
She's
like-
about to throw away by the
And
way.
he's like, I owe you. Like, you're done with them. She's like, yeah, but they're mine.
Yeah.
So then
She's
he
bartering.
Is,
Yeah.
He is frustrated, and understandably so,
yeah.
because they're going
Right.
inside. So he comes to me, he's like so frustrated. He's like, Dad, and I'm like, I just want to say, she's got a valid point.
She has a point.
Well,
Well, then I was
Kimberly-
like, oh no.
It's a real Jacob and Esau
well, I'm just
situation.
like, look, I don't I'm not saying that what she's doing is okay, but what I am saying is those are hers. So she can choose to do with them what she. So if she wants to give them to you, then she says you owe her. But if she wants to throw them in the trash, I mean,
They're hers.
No, and then I'm like, they're my mozzarella
Yeah,
sticks.
that's it.
Actually,
Mine.
I made them,
You
so
stick up for your
anybody in
boy.
this
Yeah.
house gets to eat them.
That's a
They're
good
a
point.
trip.
I do like
love
that.
I hope you guys have a little girl.
What is, man, oh gosh, I don't know. I mean, I would be happy either way. I
Right,
love the boy life. That's all I know. She only has brothers. She's the
Yeah.
only girl. I have a half sister, but man, we only know the boy life, so I don't even know what I would do. But we'll maybe on another podcast one day.
Yes.
One day.
Wow.
Okay.
One day we'll see if we come back.
What would you guys say has obviously being a parent is fun, and we talk about all the things we love, but what's something your kids do right now that drives you crazy?
Oh, I know this. And honestly, my kids don't drive me crazy a lot. Like, they really
agree with that.
don't.
I agree
Like,
with
I
that.
love my kids, love them being home, love being with them. But waking them up in the morning for school is impossible.
Not when you pay them.
Well, he pays.
You pay for it.
Like at the end of the
Like,
week.
when I'm down, he pays them. So, but they're both night owls. So they want to stay up really late, which is fine if you get up and get dressed the next day, you know,
Right.
but sometimes it is multiple trips to their room to say, guys, got to go,
Get up.
get up. And I'm like trying to drag them out of the bed. So that probably drives me crazy because I'm tired too in the morning.
Oh man, I didn't even think about that. That's gonna be a thing. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's a
I didn't even
thing.
think about that. Waking
Yeah,
them
they
up.
don't, like, at that age, they wake up and they're so happy
So
to see
Oh, he's in a
you.
great mood.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't.
Well, and I would
doesn't always
say
stay like that.
I wouldn't want, because there are some things that they do, but I won't share that.
Yeah, don't
'cause I
embarrass
don't want
them.
it to be embarrassed. But I got two. One is specifically about Lake, and then one is about both. Lake right now doesn't really understand the concept of like hurry.
Yeah.
Like we got to go.
Yeah.
So
Teenagers.
everything is just kind of like in just this flow.
Chill.
You know, so
Yeah.
even so from the morning to we got to get out the door to be somewhere. It's just like he's super like laid back, right? And I'm sure that we were
Yeah.
that way as teenagers.
was.
I'm not sure, but like I'm like, bro, we got to go.
Yeah. Put some pep in your stuff.
Like,
That's how
But-
she's gonna be. She's very similar to you in like the pace of like, okay, keep going.
yeah, well, I mean,
Your
Yeah.
life is passing us
yeah, let's
by.
go.
Just
I mean,
fly. Yeah.
for both of them though, because Kimberly and I are obsessive compulsive about a lot of things. We are neat freaks, and they are not,
Oh boy.
and it drives me insane.
Oh man.
Like from their rooms to London's playroom to Lake's bathroom. Like I'm like, for the love of God.
Clean it up.
Like the other day I told Kimberly, I was like, because when things are out of alignment, like everything is out of it.
Yeah.
Like I'm way off.
Yeah.
And I was like, I will burn the whole place down. You know.
I like that.
Just
But
clean
then,
up.
but then when it's like, all right, then clean up. They do clean up.
Yeah.
But like right now, they're at the age. Levi's not at this age. Now you're teaching him responsibility.
Right.
But they're at an age of accountability. I'm
Yeah.
not cleaning up your mess.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I'm not cleaning it up for you until it comes to the point where now there are consequences because we've been telling you forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like last night, man, I went and spoke at a church, and then I came home and I left and there was trash to be taken out.
Yes. There
I
was.
came back and the trash was there and Lake was standing right there. And I was like, dude.
Yeah.
And he was like, well, it's not trash day. I was like, no. But there's a trash can
Yeah.
outside. Like that's a part of the responsibility. But nonetheless.
Are you like me? Like, I don't like the nagging part. I don't like to feel like I'm nagging
Yeah,
you.
yeah, yeah.
So, yeah, that
I just
also
wanna
drives
ask
me
you
crazy.
once.
Yeah.
I do think, and again, this is a generalization, you know, and shout out to single moms.
Oh my gosh.
Man, shout out to single
Heroic.
moms. You know, but I do think that there's a different response from a child when a dad speaks.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the weight of those words. And so I don't nag because he and London know, like, when dad is not serious and then like, oh, okay, dad's serious. I do feel like Kimberly, unfortunately, has to kind of nag a little bit more.
Yeah.
And I think there's not a better, you know, practical illustration of that than in the mornings.
Yeah.
If she wakes them up, they're slow. If I wake them up, they're up.
They're up.
Like
yeah.
they're up, you know,
Yes.
but
Because sometimes
Maybe
I have
I
to
should
call
wake
in the
them up more.
reinforcement and say, I've been in there 5 times. Can you go get them up?
Oh man, yeah. At that point, it's
That's
over.
hard.
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean,
Explode.
Levi can't do anything right now. That's
That's wrong. I know. What
What
could
drives
he
you crazy?
possibly do to drive you?
What
Oh,
I know
right.
what drives me crazy. I've got a couple
Well-
things,
I
but you go
He
first.
is 2.5.
He
So
is too. I mean, for me right now, it's just the power struggle. He,
That's fair.
Like,
that's good.
He will. I'll tell him to do something, and he'll say no, and I'm
Yeah.
like, well, you don't get a choice. Like, I'm asking you to do it.
When he says that to her, I'm like, you son of a gun.
He truly feel, and I love, and maybe we've done this to him, but like he feels like he owns the place.
Right,
Like
he's
he
in
feels
He
like
is
he's the
not
boss.
lacking confidence at all.
He just walks around like he owns it, and like he says, "Mommy, snack." Like I prepare him anything he wants at like his beck and call.
Yeah.
But when we do have to, ask him to do something or pick up your toys
Yes.
or, don't do that, or he will say no, and just so confidently. So
Listen, man.
how do you break that without breaking that?
This is what I've said. This was because I don't want to break his spirit,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
I remember Lakeland because I've
Oh,
watched
yeah.
him grow
No
up,
doubt.
Yes.
and
Yeah.
I don't want to break his confidence. I love that
No.
Levi's
Yes.
confidence, and Lakeland was the same way when he was a baby
100%.
too, and he still is a confident kid. But man, I told Esther, I said, right now he's talking well, but he's not at the age where I can't reason with him.
Right.
So I'm not gonna be that guy because I'm not gonna respond that way. But there is a reckoning coming with that little boy, and I'm gonna give it about a year and a half, and when he's about 3-ish, 4-ish, I mean, me and him gonna let him know who the boss is, and it's neither one of us. Okay, it's mommy, but man, that does drive me crazy, and then it drives me crazy too. I talked about on the last episode, just Esther works so hard to clean the house, but especially cooking. I mean, I cannot cook. She cooks every meal, and when and you guys have been around him, the kid only wants to eat 24/7. But he fills up on these snacks and she cooks and then he doesn't want to eat. I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't want that. Snack, helado, which is ice cream. And I'm like, no, mommy made this. And he doesn't. Man, that makes me so mad. So a lot of things. We're in the tantrum phase.
Let me tell you from experience right now in the season we're in with our children, do not cave to the snack or I don't like this. Well, I'll make something else or we'll get
Yes.
something else.
Yes.
No, we don't do that.
Because we live in a very divided home of what their menu selections and preferences are. And it's
Yes.
very, very complicated because I don't think we did a very good job of, because I grew up in a home where I don't care if you like it or not.
Yeah,
it's in
that was
front of
Esther.
you.
Yeah.
that's what
She didn't have that
And,
option.
Like you can eat it or
starve.
starve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I kind of felt sometimes that they rather me starve.
Yeah.
And so I can't understand that world where there were options.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, and
Yeah, I gave options. It's probably all
I didn't
on
want
me.
to say you.
She's like, I'm going to take a
It's
full.
probably all on me.
That's not true. That's not true. I mean, I caved into that too, but I'm more frustrated
Yeah.
vocally about it than
Yeah.
you are because
They're,
I'm like,
they're
this is ridiculous.
very, very particular about food, especially London.
Yeah, London.
I mean,
is.
it is very hard.
That's
so
tough.
Stick to it. I mean,
She does. She
every
does good
time
with
I see
that.
Levi, I want to give him a snack though. But
I don't do it when we're with you guys. I mean, when we came over, he ate only sugar, and
Yes.
I'm in
Yeah.
because. And I told her, I was like, let's have fun. I don't want to
Right.
be
It's a
bored. I don't want him to have a
party.
boring life. He needs to have fun. But yeah, when we're at home, it's no. I know you know where the cookies are, but right now
Yes.
you've got chicken
Yeah.
and green beans, and he
Yeah.
actually likes the veggies better than the chicken.
Yeah.
London sticks with the 5 major food groups:
Yeah.
pizza, pasta, chicken tenders, French fries, and a snow cone.
That's great.
Don't you think? this is-
sometimes mac and cheese.
sometimes mac and cheese.
Depends on where it's from.
Oh, but they're bougie with their mac and cheese, and
Yes.
not that it's got to be fancy. For her, it's got to be the box.
Yeah.
Don't make
Oh.
Oh.
Well, that saves
don't
money.
make
They don't
it
want fancy.
with a bunch of but oh, that's not craft.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Or Velveeta.
That's
Velveeta.
Yeah.
we'll go to a restaurant and London's like, what is the color of the mac and cheese?
Yeah. Tell me about your selection.
Is
yeah,
it the
yeah.
white
What
cheese?
year is this?
The white
cheese?
mac and cheese.
She likes it the orange.
Orange.
Mac and
Oh,
cheese.
okay.
Yeah. So
Anyway, that's
yeah. Anyways.
What would
just
you
don't
guys?
cave, don't cave, don't cave, don't
Oh,
cave.
I'm not caving. I
No.
refuse. No, she works way too hard on cooking.
Mm-hmm.
What would you guys say? We probably dipped into it a little bit, but let's go into this. And the goal here is just to be able to resonate with everyone listening right now with some challenges. Nothing's perfect. We're not perfect parents. You're not perfect parents, but you've learned things along the way. But help them to be able to relate right now. What's the most challenging part, especially with teenager / preteen, which London is basically a teenager. I mean, like, she's so mature for her age.
She
but
is.
What's the most challenging part of parenting right now for you guys?
You want to go first, or you want me to go first?
Yeah, I think I'll go from the time they were born till now with one overarching thought, and that is the greatest challenge for me is the uniqueness of every season. Because every season has its own set of challenges. And especially for Lake or for Levi, that's our first time being parents.
Yeah.
So we don't know what we don't know. So now the second one comes, and we stopped at 2. You know, you guys may, have 3, 4. Who knows?
7.
Only the Lord knows. 7.
17. Yeah.
I'm not saying that it gets easier, but you do have practice.
Yeah.
Because you've done this before. And so for us, it was like when Lake was, 2.5, we didn't know.
Right.
Like, we don't, this kind of what you're saying a moment ago
Yeah.
with like, how do I break this without breaking him?
Right.
Yeah.
And I think, okay, well, and it's not like you're trying things out on the first kid, but it's like, all right, now that we've got another one, we remember and we've learned and how we compare it. Just every season has been so unique,
Yeah.
And I think this would just be me, because our kids are actually like very respectful.
Yeah.
They're very honoring.
Yeah, they are.
They
They're good
both
kids.
have like deep core convictions.
Yeah.
Which is,
Yeah.
man, thank God.
And they
Thank
love each
God.
other.
They
Yeah,
love each
they do.
other.
They do.
And they do. They both love each other. Lake may be the world's greatest big brother.
He is.
Yeah,
Like
he's good.
For
he
sure.
is.
You
I
can see
told-
that.
Yeah.
I told London this morning on the way to school, because she had to go earlier than he did today, and soon he's going to be. I mean, we're not far from. He's on his own driving, But I told her today. I said, you give your brother a hard time a lot, but we only have a couple more years with him in this house.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
the reality of that. I think the greatest challenge right now with him is just the technology. It's a cell phone.
Yeah.
It's just a cell phone. Like,
Yes.
the back and forth with that, and the parameters and the boundaries, and I feel like he's taken advantage of some things, but we've course corrected that. He's recognized where he's fallen short, but it's just a challenge.
Yeah.
It's like putting the phone up in our room, or the downtime which we set. He's not allowed to have social media, which is, he's very respectful, but he does ask.
Yeah.
He
Yeah,
asks.
of course.
But just the technology, I think, with him has been, at least for me,
Yeah.
probably the greatest challenge
Yeah.
in this season.
In this season, I think so too. And I think for us, we've even talked about we probably gave him a phone too early.
Yeah, if that comes out, we can talk about that.
Yeah. So I think too, the phone is just a big aspect of it. I think for me in this season though, the thing that might be the most challenging is you talked about how we only have a couple more years with him in the house, and I feel that slow release happening,
Oh,
and it's almost like, ooh, and
The
I know it's the
emotional
Lord
weight.
preparing
Yeah.
you, for that ultimate release when he does go off to college and get married and have his own life, right? And he's an adult. But I feel that slow release happening with him, and that is really challenging, because it's like how I know he still needs me, right? 24/7, he still needs me. But how much input do I need to give on certain things? How much do I need to pull back, right? Our boundaries are the same. Our rules of our house are the same. Like, there's no flexibility there. But how much do I nag? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's almost like he's figuring his own out, right? And I'm trying to figure out my own too, being a first-time teenage mom, So that part's kind of challenging.
That's a great line that we've used specifically with Lake, just because he is in this kind of in between, because he's always been older than what he really is.
Yeah.
He's always hung out with older kids. He's always looked older.
No,
Yeah.
he does
I
look
think
older.
he's always acted older.
Yeah.
But anyway, because we are feeling that slow release. But one line that I use with him often is, you've never been 15 before, or
Right.
whatever the age is, and I've never parented a 15-year-old before. So you're trying to figure that out, and I'm trying to figure this out.
Yeah.
So we can do this together and have this back and forth, or it can be, so when he went into high school, I'll never forget it. We sat outside, at our pool, and we had this conversation, and I asked him, what kind of relationship do you want to have through high school? Like, do you want freedom and you want to be trusted and you want to be able to go and do? Or do you want me to be like a prison warden?
Right.
Yeah.
And what was the obvious answer?
Yeah.
No, I want the freedom. I was
Freedom.
like, okay, well, in order then to have freedom and to be trusted,
That's good.
Here's what needs to happen, because I don't want to be a warden.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to, but I will be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so we've talked a lot about that. You know, I stole a line from Kenny Dallas, you know, who's a great friend and he's a great dad. But he told his boys, you know, like, don't be a cockroach.
Yeah.
You know, because when you turn the light on, like, cockroaches, you
Yeah.
know, take off. And, like, you know, just like, you can tell us anything. You can be honest about anything. You know, that communication is what creates trust. You know, but yeah, I mean, just it's a unique season with him.
Yeah,
you know,
it is.
and
it's special though, and
it
it's
is special.
every season is special.
Yeah.
That's
You
such a wise conversation to have. Yeah, like you can choose. Like the choice is yours, and it puts the ownership on him, not on you. Like
Yeah.
if you have to act like a prison warden, it's because he's acting like an inmate. You know, so that's a
Yeah.
Well, and with him specifically, because when he was much younger, you know, he had a great experience with the Lord and with the Holy Spirit and felt this genuine call to the ministry
Yeah.
and shared that with us. And so most of my conversations with him are revolved around Ephesians 4, where it says, walk worthy of the calling in which you have received.
right.
Yeah.
So a lot of our parenting is reminding him when he asks to do something and the answer to that is no.
Yeah.
And the natural response of a teenager is why? And I'm like, because you have to walk worthy of that calling
Yeah.
in which you have received.
Yeah.
So that's been a great advantage for us in our
Yeah.
parenting, because he's received that call. And the call is not just about ministry. The calling you've received
Yeah.
is as a Christian, as
Yeah,
a follower
absolutely.
of Christ. But I want to remind him, you've received this call. Now you got to walk worthy of that. You know, and yeah, it's going to be hard to release him fully, isn't it? It's
Oh
going to
my
be really
goodness,
strange.
yes.
That is,
Yes.
I don't even, that's not
No.
even a concept
We
for
don't
me
need it.
right now. I don't even want to think about that.
Man.
I will say to all those, because that is good, and especially with that calling, because, I mean, Paul talks about it in a couple different letters, you know, but that not many of you should teach, right? So if he's got a calling to be a teacher, then that is a higher calling. But you hit it. I just want to make sure everyone listening knows, like, just if your kid's not called into full-time ministry, Paul writes in multiple letters that you should walk in a manner worthy of the gospel. Like, walk worthy of the fact that Christ died for you. Like, show yourself to be worthy of that, which obviously none of us are, but you can walk in a manner of, man, I've been transformed by that. Prove it, you know, prove the fruit of that transformation. So whether your kids are called to ministry or not, do you want to go first or second for us? What's the most challenging part of parenting right now?
You go first.
Okay, I'll go first. So I think for me, it's letting the control freak within me die. I had this, and I still stand by it. You know, when we got pregnant with, I say we got pregnant. We decided she was going to be the one pregnant, and I was.
Yeah.
That's how everyone can do their own thing. We decided Esther would be pregnant, and I would just be the dad. So, but whenever that happened, I had in my mind, thinking through the lens of a pastor, like, man, we get people after they've been in their mess, right? They sit in our office and it's like they already screwed their life up. How cool would it be? And this is the thought experiment. How cool would it be to get them the moment they're born and then they never screw up? You know, like they're perfect because I'm involved from day one, right? So, and obviously that's a dramatic way of phrasing it, but it actually was like a subconscious, like, no, I can't prevent him from sinning and all those different things, but I mean, he's going to be amazing just because I'm in his life, right? So the pride and even the control freak in me has to die. Like, I cannot control outcomes. And I think that is, even what I'm seeing now, like, no, I was a good dad. I explained, like, why it's important to take a bath. He's having a tantrum right now about his bath. If I was a better dad, he wouldn't have a tantrum. And that is like one of those, like, I have to let that die. Like, I cannot control his way out of, he has to have tantrums. They have to sin. And I heard this recently, so I can't take credit for it. And I'll even let this be, you know, it bleeds into the next question. But one of the advice things that I heard recently was so good is that you cannot raise, your goal in parenting is not to raise children that don't sin. It's to raise children that run to the Father when they do. And I think that is like the thing that I have to keep preaching to myself is like, man, I can't control what he does. And even as a 2.5-year-old, that's why the teenage years scared the bejesus out of me, because I'm like, man, I mean, he's with me and Esther or my mom, who we pay to watch him right now. Well, what's he doing right now? And I hope she's feeding him
Where
lunch.
is he?
Yeah, where is that kid? But like, we have full control over every voice in his life right now. And that will slowly go away. And even with all of our control, and we just, there is nothing in his life that we don't have control over right now. And even then, it still isn't perfect. So letting the control freak in me die is a slow, painful death, because that control freak keeps creeping in. But I don't know, what would you say?
So good, though.
Yeah, for me, it would be not becoming what I feared the most. And I feel myself falling into that because I didn't want it to be. Like, there were just some qualities that I'm like, I do not want to parent like that. Like, that is not going to be me. And then in the weak moments and in the hard times with him and like parenting and the few that there are, he's still so little. Like, I catch myself becoming what I didn't want so bad. And I'm like, no, I don't want to be this way. Like, and David is so good in like stepping in when I'm like just not in a good headspace, because I don't want to overreact for something, you know, like that's, you know, so yeah, not trying not to become what I so desperately didn't want to, and so that's a constant for me.
That's the hardest thing, right? Like, I don't know if you guys struggle with that, where it's like, it's almost like a gravitational pull. It's like a black hole where I don't want to be this. And you know it's happening while it's happening, and you just can't stop.
Yes.
It's like the freaking out, or it's like, I know I get overwhelmed and I get overstimulated, and it's like, man, it's happening now, and you can't shut it off. It's like, I'm in it, you know, if it's anger, if it's frustration, like whatever happens, it's just like gravitational pull, and that is tough. And we've had to work through that, and a lot of it, we just inherit it from culture, we inherit from family. And it's like that thing, and that parent is like, I won't be like that. And then sure enough, that's exactly.
Yes, never say never, right?
Stick with you guys here, though, because I honestly, I brag on you guys all the time. I think you're great parents.
You are.
Thanks.
And I mean, I am a little partial to Levi because he's my buddy and I love him with my whole heart.
He
and
loves you back.
you know, I'm probably gonna pay for his college and all that. and, you know, just because I love him.
You heard it
and,
first,
yeah.
guys. Yeah, that's basically writing.
No,
Yeah.
I just love him. What would be some advice you could give, you know, parents that are listening, especially in that season? Because again, every season has some great challenges, but man, I'm glad like our kids can wipe their own butts, and get their own food, and like that's a hard, that's a hard season when you are, and you both are, you know, working parents, and so. You know, but it is hard when your kids are 100% dependent on you for every single thing.
There's no break.
There is no break.
Yeah.
No, there's
God.
Yeah.
Wow.
Never have another one, right? What do you want to go first or second here?
You go first.
Okay, so yeah, we're in the season. So the question here is, you know, what advice would you give to parents in the same season? So we are in the toddler season. I would love to continue adding to our family.
Yes.
So we're gonna be in the fully dependent stage for a long time. And I tell her all the time, it feels like we're just now having to even start like parenting. The first 2 years, keep them alive.
Yes.
Like that's literally just keep them alive. But it is physically draining. I mean, and the emotional drain is just now kind of showing up of like, you know, we can live and die by things he says, and we'll talk maybe some of that stuff in a second. But I think it's that exhaustion, it pushes you to the brink. You know, when you're like physically tired, like anything in you that you've been able to, like the fig leaves we talk about with Adam and Eve, they put fig leaves to cover their sin. When you're physically done, the filter's gone, the fig leaves are gone, and you can see just all of the hideousness of your character. And I think that's where, for me, my advice to every, and this is such preachery advice, but like my advice to especially to the dads of these toddlers and infants is, when you've gotten to that point of exhaustion and you've gotten pushed to your end there, let the Lord show you the sin that's got to die, because marriage is a great mirror to look into. And we talked a little bit about that in our last episode, but so is, I think having a kid is probably even more so of a magnifier of, oh my gosh, look how selfish you are, David. Like, man, what is your deal? Like, why? So it helps me to see the hideousness of my sin, that was dormant that I don't think if I didn't have a kid, if we didn't have Levi, I wouldn't have spotted that. So let your exhaustion be a mirror that reveals to you the areas you got to grow. And then, to all the dads of toddlers, man, and I think millennials, there's a lot to say about our generation, that I'm probably more frustrated than anybody. But I will say this, millennial dads are super involved in their kids' lives. And I think that's one where just keep doing that. And if you're a dad and your kids are, especially if they're under the age of 18, man, care what they're doing. Like, be in their life. I think that's just, I can't believe, like, when I think about the amount of memories that dads are missing out on, I'm like, man, what are you even doing? Like, this is it. Like, this is all you got. You got 18 summers, right? I mean, and you talked about you got 2 or 3 more left. And so, don't miss out on it.
There's an old saying, how does it go? The days are long, but the years are short.
Yeah.
And isn't that so true?
So
like, the
true.
days are so long, man.
Yeah.
And they're exhausting, and you work hard, and you come home, and you don't really get time off because you've got all the other responsibilities with the family, and that's such a priority. And it's like, man, the days are so long, and then you wake up, and it's like,
Wow.
man,
It's over.
Where did it go?
man. And I think this last high school graduation season really hit us. Isn't that fair?
Yeah.
Because we had so many friends whose son or daughter was
friends.
graduating, and it was like, man, this is
coming
us.
up.
And we've never had this season before, but they say when they start driving, it just happens so quick.
Yeah.
So to your point, man, like especially for the dads, like, man, spend time with your kids because
Throw
the
the
days are
ball, do
long, but the
something.
years are short, and you cannot get those days back.
Yeah, that's good.
It's like toothpaste out of the tube. You ain't never putting it all back in there.
It's true, man.
Take advantage of every day.
What would you say?
I'll go really quick. I think mine is being okay with, like, you're not going to mess your kid up. If you, I mean, this one's super controversial, like vax or anti-vax or like no food dyes, and like the pressure of like, is this thing going to ruin my child? Is this going to like derail them? And I struggle with that. So whoever out there, like, be freed from that, and just like, you have to just trust God and just know that, like, you just try your best. And,
Exactly.
if you feel like you're doing your best, that's all you can do, and leave the rest to God. And so that's something I am still working on, and just trying to.
That's
leave it
huge.
all
I
up
think
to
that's
God.
a huge one for moms out there.
Moms especially, man. You guys are
Moms,
brutal to each other.
I know,
Like,
but we're part of that is because we live in a different culture than when our kids were growing up. We didn't have social media and all these different voices.
Facebook
There were
groups
voices, but all these different groups and the pressure of all that. I think the advice you gave, Esther, is actually tremendous because there are a lot of parents, but especially these moms, that they feel this pressure and they're trying to navigate. And at the end of the day, I mean, you got to be wise, and you don't want to, you abuse your child.
Right.
But, all of
Like,
our
if
hope and
you're
confidence in the
even
Lord.
thinking about, is this going to
Doing a
mess them
pretty
up,
good job.
you're already doing a
You're
great
doing a
job.
pretty good job. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're
Like
doing a
you
pretty
said,
good job.
you just have to trust God
Yeah.
because He's going to give you the wisdom that you need for your specific child because every child is different. So that's great advice.
Do you guys ever worry? We got to hurry, but do you ever worry about, so you're going to have another kid, right? That you can love that second kid as much as you love?
No,
Of course.
Will my heart grow 3 times?
I can't even imagine it. Literally, like, this is what happened is we just put Levi in his big boy bed. It's less than a week. He's been in his big boy bed. So we go in there in the morning, we lay with him, and it is the best. The last 2 mornings, he looks at each of us and he says, I love you guys so much. He looked at us both 2.5, and he's like, I love you guys so much.
And we don't like to make things a big deal.
Because I don't want to, like, ruin the moment.
Yeah.
So we look at each other, we're like, oh my God.
You're
Yeah,
like,
it's
"Can you
happening.
believe it
We
just
did it.
happened?"
We're good parents. He actually
Yeah,
loves us.
I
Yeah.
know.
For now, he loves us.
Then you walk out, and he's like, I got him.
Oh, he's like, I got it.
him.
Helado for days.
I know.
Yeah.
Helado for
Yeah.
That's true.
No, so in those moments, I'm like, I can't do this
Yeah.
again. I mean, how could I? And
Yeah.
I even told her, how could we give? He gets both of us. The bedtime routine, we're both getting him ready for bed. We're both brushing his teeth. We're both, like, reading him Bible story. I'm like, I don't know. Can we replicate this? And I think, and I want you guys to share your advice. You've got a lot more parenting wisdom than we do. Some advice we were given that was pretty cool as we think about adding to our family is, your firstborn gets your time. your second born and onward gets your wisdom and experience, but maybe not as much of your time, and vice versa. So I think that gave me a lot of peace to know, like, okay, the second one probably won't get the 2-on-1 attention, but we'll be smarter because, like you said, now we know what not to do and all those things. But I don't know. You guys have the wisdom here. So what would you give advice out there?
I think for the season that we're in right now, to me, the biggest thing is just like you were talking about, being present. When they're little, yeah, they need you at everything and they need your attention. But now, if Lake wants to talk to me, like, there is nothing else more important to me.
Yeah, shut the world
like,
down and
turn
listen.
off your phone. I don't care if I'm in a meeting. Yeah. Like, I'm getting up and answering that phone call. Like,
Good.
Because he is a teenager and he has his own things that he wants to do, but usually that doesn't involve talking to your parents, you know? And so if there's a moment, even if he'll come in at 11 at night and just be ready to talk about something, and it may or may not even be serious. And I'm like, stay awake. Like, do not fall asleep. Sit up. You know,
this is a moment. Everything
just be
can
present.
do that.
Like, yeah, just be present. And for London too, like, she has so many stories. Whereas Lake doesn't want to talk as much, she'll tell me everything, right? So trying to make sure, and she'll call you out if you're not listening too. Like,
shoot.
You're looking at your phone, you're
you
texting.
out.
So trying to, like, put the computer aside, put the phone aside, and just listen. Right? Because like we talked about, even in marriage, like, do you need me to listen right now or do you need me to fix this? Because
Yeah.
I'll do it. But just being present. You know, that's what I'm learning in this season is so important.
Yeah.
I'll give you my one. I only have one nugget of wisdom, so I'm going to share it now. But I do want to say about Kimberly, and this is kind of stealing the last question, you know, just about like your spouse's finest moments. I don't know anybody that does as good of a job like seeing and sensing the moment with their kids like Kimberly does. Her discernment, I miss it.
Yeah.
Like, the kids will come in and like she's just all in and attentive, and they'll leave and she's like, did you pick up on those things? I'm like, I didn't even know they were in the room.
Yeah, well,
I had no
wait,
idea.
we have two? When did we
I
get a
can't
second
hear
one?
anyway,
Yeah.
so I didn't, you know, but like she said this a moment ago, but it could be 11 o'clock. And if Lake wants to talk, I mean, and she's into bed early. She likes to get her beauty sleep. But she is up and she is leaning in and she is engaged, even if she is fighting through it, because she knows, all right, he wants
the time.
he wants to talk. I'm gonna make the time right now. You know, where I would be like, go to bed. You know, like, go play a video game.
Yeah,
you know,
get
but
out.
she just does an exceptional job with discernment and leaning into the moment. And like, I'm really impressed with that. And thank God you do that, or our kids would be lost, you know. But I think my advice would be specifically to the dads, you know, man, I just think it's okay to admit when you missed it. Like, I think, I feel like our kids have learned a lot when I'm like, you know, I'm going to put the hammer down and don't do that. And this is the why. And like, okay, like, and I think that's important, you know, but man, I think our kids have probably learned more from me when I've had to go to them and say, I missed it. I overreacted. I didn't process that well. I took out my frustration on you guys when it shouldn't have been pointed at you guys. I'm sorry. The apology to your kids, I think a lot of times, you know, maybe for guys, it's like that is that pride thing and they don't want to admit when they're wrong. Yeah. I don't know. I think, and we won't know until they're fully grown and they start parenting. But like, I feel like our kids, while they've never been like, oh, I appreciate you so much, you know, just admitting you've missed it. I do. You can sense when like something is clicking. And for me, I've had to go back. I've had to apologize to Kimberly. I've had to apologize to both my kids and say, I missed it. You know, I overreacted. I didn't get all the facts together. I responded out of, and a lot of times it'll be because, remember we were talking about like the nagging of a parent trying to get them. So I'll hear, and then I'm just like, for the love of God, you know? and I don't even have any context. And then what does frustrate me is then I'm the one that's in trouble, and I wasn't even involved, and now I'm in trouble because I overreacted. But just going back and saying, man, like I over exaggerated, or I lost my temper, or I shouldn't have responded that way. I think it's okay. Like, it's okay as a parent to admit I missed it.
Yeah.
Guess what? I'm human.
Yeah.
You know, and that goes back to what I said earlier. You've never been this old, and I've never parented a child this old. We're learning together, and so I think that would be my advice.
I always appreciate that about you. That if you felt like you did handle it wrong, you went to them, you know, or we made a wrong decision or whatever, and that stands out to me as your wife as well. But I know it stands out to them, you know. And we've told Lake a lot, like, we're going to make all our mistakes on you, and I'm sorry ahead of time, you know, but we're trying to let the Lord lead us. And
it's good.
But we're also going to admit when we're wrong, you know. So I appreciate that about you.
Yeah. Last thing I'll say is, man, please, even if you didn't grow up in a home like this, you have to vocally say, I love you.
Oh, yeah.
You have to say, I love you.
Yes.
In our family, it's almost... I mean, you could be like, "Hey, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. All right, love you."
I love
like
you so much. I can't wait to see you
like
come
we
out.
say, I
Of
love you. It's like I'm gonna check the mail. Love you.
Yep.
All right, love you.
We hug when we leave. We don't. I mean,
you just, you know, and I'm not trying to create fear or anything, but you just, I mean, every day's a blessing.
It is.
And it's more about just, you know, building that future of mutual love and respect. And I want my kids to never grow up and think, man, I never heard my dad say I love you. But just every day is such a blessing. And I don't ever want to have a thought of, man, I wish I would have said I loved you today.
Yeah.
You know, just say I love you. So
Speaking
of
really
love,
good.
I love the two of you.
I love you guys
Yes.
so
And I love
much.
you.
yes,
I do love you guys.
You know, what if that they were only scheduled for 2?
Just do it. Let's just do it.
But what if next time Esther brings a treat? Because she's such a good
She
cook.
is.
Oh,
She
she's
is
an
good.
amazing
She's such a good
cook.
cook.
should
I'm
do
in.
that.
Wow. Okay.
You know,
Bring
she-
the
and she
snacks.
could-
I'm coming.
Anything.
Okay.
She could bring we could talk about those things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We could snack while they listen.
That is true. You
You
can
know?
hear
Chew
you
into the
slurping.
mic.
Make her some soup.
Slurp. Bring some cereal.
Soup.
No soup for you.
Yeah.
and cereal, and I'll show you my slurping.
That would actually be awesome.
That's in the last episode.
That
Check
is,
that
yeah,
out.
you to be
A little
continued.
dessert.
No, I hope that that this
Love you
episode and the last 2 episodes have been fun for you. A little bit longer, but we're getting more input and love having you ladies. You guys have
They're
done a great
amazing.
job. You guys
They're
are naturals
naturals.
on the camera. And
Naturals.
yeah, I'm just grateful for you both. So, hey, thanks for tuning in. We'll keep going. Again, season 4 is all about life. And
love it.
so keeping it lighthearted, but tune back in, and we'll see you next time for On the Go.
See you.